Every month, we're reminded just how weird the gaming world actually is, and every month, gameranx puts together a nice little compilation of, well, that. Hi folks, it's Falcon, and today on gameranx, the weird gaming stories of October 2023. Starting off at number 10, so Randy Orton, a WWE wrestler, he apparently pays people lots of money for people to level up Elden Ring characters for him, or at least one Elden Ring character. Apparently dropped a full grand. That's $1,000 for somebody to level up his character. That's a lot of money. I would like $1,000, and I play games. Why did you not come to me, Randy Orton? Well, there's a good reason for that. I'm definitely not the world's foremost Soulsborne expert or anything like that. Not that I'm bad, I'm just definitely not gonna be $1,000 worth of good for you. I'll take the money. I'm not saying I won't. I will. But it may not work out how you want it to. That's all I'm saying here. I think it's particularly funny in that he just said, I couldn't deal with the bullshit, so I just paid a guy. I mean, fair. I kind of think it maybe a little bit defeats the purpose of playing a Soulsborne game, particularly Elden Ring, the big From Software magnum opus Soulsborne game. But to each his own, right? This isn't the I completely agree with you and think you're completely normal gaming stories of October 2023. So, yeah. So at number 9, this is not my favorite story of the month, I'll tell you that. Valve had to add a new security check after attackers got into some game dev Steam accounts and updated games with malware, as in pushed out an update for several games that was just malware. Now, thankfully, fewer than 100 Steam users had the malware installed, but that number should be 0. Like, there should never be an instance where some game dev Steam accounts are compromised and malware goes out to people that they have no choice whether or not gets installed, because as you know, most people just let Steam update their games. I do. Maybe I shouldn't. I may change that after seeing this. Now, Valve isn't excited about adding another layer of friction to updating games, but them's the breaks, basically. These people figured out how to do this, and therefore it's something that they need to take care of. So it's kind of annoying and it sucks, but I can't imagine a situation in which I want this to be a possibility. At number 8, what's the best way to put this? What sounds like a made-up tweet is actually the headline of a real article on PC Gamer about Hideki Kamiya. Here, I'm just gonna read the headline. Bayonetta creator Hideki Kamiya peels out of Platinum Games in a Lamborghini after 17 years to start a YouTube channel. I'm out of a job. Please subscribe. Now, this in every way reads like one of, The Onion offshoot article tweets. It's not necessarily The Onion, because The Onion does often actually account in something that might sound vaguely real in order to really throw you. This does not sound vaguely real. It sounds silly. Kamiya founded Platinum Games 17 years ago, only to recently peel out of the offices in a Lamborghini, telling people to please subscribe to his YouTube channel. I don't think there's anything to say about that. That's bizarre. It's hilarious. It's also the most Kamiya thing I've ever heard. At number 7, a Half-Life Alyx modder got hired by Valve. So Nate Grove is a guy who's, really come up with some incredibly good mods. They include custom assets. They've got very, very Valve-like attention to detail. The style just fits right in with Half-Life Alyx. Extremely high quality. It's not shocking that they would hire this guy, except for why would Valve hire somebody who's making campaigns for Half-Life Alyx? That's what's weird, if we want to be completely clear. Now, Nate Grove isn't just some random guy who makes mods. He's a now former Annapurna Interactive developer. Annapurna responsible for, what remains of Edith Finch and Outer Wilds. Among quite a few other things. I think those are probably most relevant for this type of game. But what I kind of personally hate, that I feel sheepish about saying this, but is this a sign that there is Half-Life content in the future? I hesitate to say Half-Life 3, of course, but more Half-Life? I sure hope so. At number 6, Ford. for some reason, built a gamer van. Now, maybe you've seen people outfit a van with like living spaces. I sometimes really like enjoying watching people do van conversions on YouTube. That's actually an interesting genre of YouTube video because it's taking something that's clearly not designed for this and using it that way. You're not supposed to live in a van. That's the whole reason Chris Farley was funny. Well, maybe not the whole reason, but you're not supposed to live in a van. But are you supposed to game in a van? Apparently Ford thinks so, because they rigged up a transit trail van with a bunch of gaming stuff inside it. Now, here's the problem I see with this. Driving the gaming van around basically means everything inside is going to move. That's just how vans work. When they do these van conversions, they're pretty careful about what's going to move around. I don't know how you do that in this case. I mean, that doesn't mean it's not cool. It's definitely cool. Is it something I want? I mean, if they gave it to me, yes, absolutely. Of course. Duh. It's just not something I would have thought of, I guess. Moving on to number 5. Hey, have you gotten pretty into Armored Core? It's pretty sweet, isn't it? I really like Armored Core 6. I really do. I don't have $3 million, though, which excludes me from this frankly awesome thing, and probably quite a few, frankly pretty awesome things. But specifically, this $3 million 15-foot mech that you can get. It's called the Arcax, and a startup called Subambe, I think, Industries from Japan makes them. I am not 100% sure the use of such a thing. I'll say, honestly, in terms of millions of dollars, a full-ass mech seems like it's not terribly priced at $3 million. I don't have any million, though. I have a fraction of a million, so I will not own a mech anytime soon. And if I get to the point of having $3 million, I don't know that it's going to be spent on a mech that, frankly, I mean, it does do stuff, but it doesn't do stuff like a mech in Armored Core. So, do I need it? I mean, even if it was as mobile and dexterous and invincible as a mech from Armored Core 6, do I really need it? I don't know. Not for $3 million if that's all I've got. I mean, if someday I have $1 billion, I don't know. Maybe having an Arcax isn't the worst idea, but don't let your dreams be dreams, I guess. At number 4, apparently Elder Scrolls 6 was announced specifically due to quote-unquote fans, pitchforks, and torches. Former Bethesda systems designer Bruce Nesmith said in an interview that they talked about it specifically because people were just too demanding not to, more or less. He also talked about how Todd Howard prefers to announce a game 6 months before it comes out. Apparently, he thinks that the game industry, that probably entails the gaming press, yours truly, and others in our area, Todd thinks we have short memories, and as a whole, I think he's probably right. But I do also keep referencing my Mad Max Before You Buy and the Switch video where I said it was going to be a big success, even though everybody said it was going to be a failure and was weird. Just saying, you want to hear the future, you listen to Falcon, okay? Just remember I told you. Apparently, he thinks that that's not likely to happen. And again, like I said, as a whole, I think he's right about the game industry, its press, and even a lot of the consumers. I think it's easy to forget because there's so much going on at all times. There's so much information. Announcing a game like that so many years ahead of its release is bound to be not super important. And also, Nesmith said he doesn't think that anybody's going to hear a whole lot about it until 6 months before release, and he's probably right. At number 3, Squadron 42, the single-player game from the Star Citizen developers that takes place in the world of and is attempting to be a modern wing commander, is now quote-unquote feature complete and has quote-unquote entered its polish phase. They showed off a 26-minute video that is, frankly, pretty cool looking. You might think a game has entered its polish phase, that's not weird. Well, this game is kind of an offshoot of a game that's been in development for well over a decade, Star Citizen, and it was like 2015 we learned about Squadron 42, Mark Hamill's involvement in it. He's like a major character in it. So polish apparently doesn't mean nearly done. This, according to the Star Citizen developers, is the final phase of gameplay iteration before we fully transition into optimization and stability on the road to release. I don't know what that means. Like with some developer that releases stuff regularly, I would know what that means, but I don't know what that means with them. At number 2, the creator of the Alice games, American McGee, says he can't make any new Alice games. Even though Alice in Wonderland is technically public domain at this point, the Alice project that he created with EA dictates that he can't make something similar or derivative to Alice in Wonderland, which sucks because people like those games a lot. And he tried to get EA to let them make a game, either through licensing the IP or even buying the IP from them. But they declined. They don't want to make any new games. They said the IP is still important to them, though, which probably has something to do with the TV adaptation. I don't know. It's a weird situation where American McGee was talking about making this and sharing progress through Patreon, and it seems like he's pretty deflated and says that people shouldn't expect a new Alice game, which sucks. And at number 1, Payday 3 has had a number of issues since its launch that has caused it to be, well, not as popular as Payday 2. Payday 2 is 10 times more popular than Payday 3 at the moment. And while players are waiting for the patch that frankly keeps getting delayed, unfortunately, people are just playing Payday 2. And it's way more popular than Payday 3 right now. Now, that's not to say that Payday 3 sucks or anything. I like Payday 3 a lot. It just has definitely seen its issues since launch. Hopefully, it doesn't get written off by the community due to this, because honestly, I really like Payday 3 and want to see it grow in the same way Payday 2 did. We'll see though. And that's all for today. Leave us a comment. Let us know what you think. If you like this video, click like. If you're not subscribed, now's a great time to do so. We upload brand new videos every day of the week. Best way to see them first is, of course, a subscription. So click subscribe. Don't forget to enable notifications. And as always, thank you very much for watching this video. I'm Falcon. You can follow me on Twitter, Falcon the Hero. We'll see you next time right here on gameranx.